Swiss President Keller Sutter says there is an interest from the US side to find solution with the most.
All right, right through the VWAP, guys, right through it. ES is at lower band.
Keller Sutter saying Switzerland does not suffer.
Lots of selling.
But other countries may. And these are the points the US is interested in.
Okay. All right. That I just remembered to hit the record button. Once a couple of the YouTubers join us, I'm going to go over some of this market action so far. Again, I recommended that we do not buy that VWAP bounce because we already took it here and it's pretty much the same level. So, and relentless selling. So I was a stiff hold on that. All right, we might get the reclaim. That was, if you look at ES, guys, to the tick. So nice setup on ES if you grab that one. Good morning to everybody on YouTube. We stream. Sorry I'm a little late this morning. I had to help my son out with something real quick. And we have a big soccer tournament this weekend. He's in a travel soccer league. He's a teenager. He's 13. So our weekends are filled with soccer. And I love it, quite honestly. It's a lot of fun. For my international members, I believe you call it football. So I live outside Miami. So as you might know, we have Messi right here in my backyard. It's football. Yes, sorry guys. I'll call it football from now on. I knew that was going to stir the pot a little bit. All right, let's see if we break this lower band. So once it breaks in one, I'm less inclined to take it on the other. I get burnt that way because now we'll be in clear price discovery on ES. We're already back under yesterday's initial balance high. So if anybody is watching this on NQ, I think it's a decent trade level. Just be careful. This 173 on NQ for a long, we might get a bounce. The selling is really strong here, guys, though. So if you're going to take it, keep your wrist tight. Position small, maybe scaling with some micros if we get there. Because ES is breaking lower band, and that might pull NQ right through this level. Ah. See what happens. I'll take it with one when we get there. We'll keep that. My withdrawal request has been approved. So that money will be in my bank by this evening, guys. It's the coolest thing ever. Now, what also concerns me about buying here is on the higher time frames, this could be the beginning of a much bigger rejection from yearly VWAP, which we've rejected now for the third time so far. 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart. right? So this could be really early on the higher time frame. Didn't quite get there. You'd have to be early to catch these bounces, and that's not easy to do. There's definitely buyers stepping in here. Dow is also at lower band. ES is at lower band. NQ has not quite done it. I don't know if anybody took that, but that would have been nice. We weren't quite there. Sometimes I do scale in a little early because we are already below lower band. I saw that logger. They're almost exactly the same. So the VWAP monthly and weekly are almost the same exact level, and we're back here at upper band on weekly and monthly. We're also at value area low on the session. So there's kind of a lot right here.
The US is seeking tailor-made solutions with individual nations. Earlier on, you did have.
All right, I'll take a little bite here. Whoa.
US trade specials based on full assessment.
It's falling out of bed, huh?
It's the registration orders already been set before by the Chinese, but they said they.
All right, cut that.
Reciprocal tariffs.
Nice. That was some selling. All right. Russell's at lower band. So now what I like, you know, maybe we can get a little bit of a back test. Nice. So I flipped short there, got in on the offer, snagged a little short there. Good morning, Mo. Good morning, Love Trader. Good morning, Nathan. Yeah, selling off nice. Yep. Let me actually switch over to my, for you guys on YouTube. All right, so now I got to wait for my next trade. No entry now. All right, took my scalp. So this is my cash account. Up 1361, locked myself out here, $1,361, 18 trades. We caught some really nice scalps pre-market. We got a return to value trade that paid off nice, back down to VWAP, caught the VWAP bounce, and then another return to value trade, which worked out really nice. So I'll go over that in the bigger charts. And let's take a look at the stats for the week. This week, and you can see this is my live account on Tradeovate. It says live. It only says live next to live accounts in Tradeovate. $9,500, just shy of 10 grand this week in profits. 74% win rate. Over 170 trades, 127 winners, 42 losers, 20 grand in winning trading profits, almost 10 grand in losers. My biggest winner was bigger than my biggest loser. And we now have an initial balance. So it was a good week, guys. Almost 10 grand in trading profits in cash. Very happy with that. Cash account. All right. So we just established our IB low. All right. We should be looking to get short here, guys. We did go down to value area low yesterday. I kind of like, you know, upper band still, if we can get there. Lower band, sorry, as a short point. See what happens. So I'll add a little bit. They are, Corey. They are really powerful. But the problem is you don't want to get like what happened to me yesterday is I got no, these are 5-minute charts, Nathan. These are 5-minute charts. I don't really look at anything below 5-minute charts. So we're starting to form the upper end of a distribution right here at 150. And there's a really low volume area from 176 to 160. Really good area to get short. We get another pop up. Good volatility, finally. Nice, Chuck. Jay says, I wish these bands worked better. Price doesn't respect these bands. Look, it just went through it right here. It doesn't respect them. You're talking, Corey, you're talking to a monitor addict here. I freaking love my monitors. I'd have more. You can't even see it. I have a TV up there. I love my screen real estate. I don't care what anybody says. You get these people that, you know, only trade on their phone. I only trade on my phone. Pfft, you guys are monitors. Listening to the trainings. Chuck says, listening to the training session replay, I finally understood fair value gaps from a volume profile perspective. Exactly. So like this fair value gap or whatever ICT wanted to rename it is just a low volume area on the volume profile. It has existed for decades. You just gave it a different name. Yep, having ES open also helps a lot when trading NQ. So we never see how, so you can, I can't draw on this. You can see the low volume area right here, guys. So price went right back up to it. We now form this distribution, right? So we can expect to trade in this range now. This could be our new value area, unless we go lower or break out of it to the upside. Thank you, Nathan. Just a normal guy who's spent a lot of time and money learning how to trade, really. Well, there it goes. Just fell out of IB low right there. Down we go. Look out below. Epic pen? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have a look. Let me write that down. Like I can draw anywhere I want on my screen, you mean? So I'm going to make a video today about Tickstrike. That has been a popular request. So I'll do a longer form video breaking down Tickstrike and how I use it. Okay, yeah, I might just pick up the pro version. I like drawing on my screens. So we got our third rejection off of yearly VWAP right here. And it is rejecting hard on the higher time frames. 20,000 is always a fun level. So if we can get back down to 20,000, that might be a good area to long. We're still a good 100 points away from that. Yep, I will, Tron. Yep, yep. I think there was something like a $1,200. The tick, the audio, Dave, is a product called Tickstrike. You can check it out for free there. Free 7-day trial. It's not something I designed. That's just strictly another product that is an affiliate link. That's actually the only company I affiliate for is Tickstrike, and that's because I use it and I think it's awesome. I don't affiliate for any prop firms or anything like that. Yeah, I love it. What's really cool is I don't have to be looking at my computer. I could be working on something else. And like I can, I hear what's happening. I can see if it's undecided. I can hear if it's slow. I can hear if buying is picking up. I can hear if selling it, it'll bring my attention. And if it's rip roaring like it is now, that catches my attention. We're selling hard right now. And it's saying so. The VIX is up almost, not that much, believe it or not. This is actually, the VIX isn't convinced this is a big sell-off yet. Yep, D-bomb, it's really powerful. The tendency as a scalper is to like make the sensitivity really high, which is not exactly a great move. It could be too sensitive and give you false signals. And I'll go over this on the video today. But I keep it between a 4 and 6 on the sensitivity level. 4 being the most sensitive, 6 being slightly less sensitive. Yeah, I'll put it all in the video today. I do like the IB low back test. Maybe by the time it back tests lower band and Not a whole lot of volume down here. Let's see how much it goes. It's just kind of in free fall right now. Nobody's buying it. Like I said, this looks like a pullback on the, rejection on the higher time frame. So this thing can really go. Yeah, I don't even know why that lightning bolt is there. It's way too sensitive. I don't even know how that's useful.
Down about 0.3% each. NASDAQ down about 0.7.
Maybe on some instruments it is. Definitely not NQ or ES. All right, guys. So the trades we've had so far this morning out of the playbook. We had a price discovery continuation long, one of the 4 core setups. We had a back test return to value short, which brought us back to VWAP. We got a VWAP bounce to the tick, back up to upper band. We got another return to value. I advised not to take the VWAP bounce again, and it kept selling. This could have been a decent trade area here. I took it long. I got stopped out, flipped short, and caught some nice momentum. We started forming a distribution here. So I started fading the value area extremes. I caught another short, and I haven't traded since. Now we're watching. Now we wait. Some trade ideas I have are a VWAP bounce in the higher time frame right here. This will be around 20,030, which is also value area low from May 5th. So that's a nice area. We could probably catch a little bounce here. 20,000, 20,030-ish.
Swiss economy minister guide.
So we're watching. That's also going to be right around the extension mark. And yesterday's initial balance low. So we have some stacked confluence here, guys. We have the 50% extension. We have the IB low from yesterday. We have the monthly and weekly VWAP. We have the value area low from May 5th. Okay, so that's a pretty high conviction long there if we get there. So now we wait. IB low touch on NQ. Well, I don't know if you got it on ES, but they were talking to back test confirmation on ES. Didn't happen very clean on ES, but you got it on NQ to the tick. That was 20 points already on the back test of IB low, which is also kind of this low volume area. So that lined up nice. ES was not as clean. Home Broker says, I'm looking forward to your video on how to set up longer time frame VWAP. It is. It's right here in the bottom right. And you can grab this, Home Broker, in Tools. And then there's a video. Let me grab it. In the Video Vault. where I go through all the settings, I think. This video here, I think. I don't know if I go into the longer term ones on this. I know I go into the settings and the did it now. So David says, can you please explain what the -14 on NQ tick chart means? So this is buying pressure and selling pressure. So plus 14 is pretty much as high as buying pressure as you get. -14 would be the lowest reading of selling pressure. A lot of sellers. So we're seeing buying pressure on the tape. This is the time and sales. This is the actual orders that are being executed. So I use this for order flow confirmation. Give me a real feel of what's happening in terms of the aggressors, the buyers and sellers on the tape. So instead of tape reading, this is tape listening. So I can watch the chart, focus on the depth of market or the price ladder and the actual price action, and then listen to the tape. Yeah, that's interesting. On ES, I wonder if NQ is just going to follow ES's lead on that and not, oh, looks like we're getting this. We'll see. Not yet. We might not be to the new, this is still price discovery to the downside. So Nathan said daily point of control isn't following price lower, unfortunately. And we still have lots of time, right? We have this huge low volume area right here. And eventually when we get to our new distribution area, that's when we'll create the new volume node. So we're still early. It's really looking like a big rejection. So this is the selling noise. There's two different distinct noises. There's the selling noise, which we're hearing right now, and there's a buying noise. This is the selling noise. They're asking what time frame. So top right is the 5-minute, top left is the hourly, bottom right is the 30-minute, and the bottom left is the daily. I do. So when you have Tickstrike, you see the colors, but there's also sounds that match this like I'm listening to. If you check out the YouTube live streams, you'll hear it. I don't know how to bring that over to Discord. It doesn't come over on the virtual camera. But I am able to run it through the YouTube. Yeah, this looks like an interesting place to scale into a short. Back tested the lower band here. Now I got in a little early because ES is already there. I have room to add. I have one contract. don't like how VWAP is kind of flattening out here. Okay. So my last place is to add is going to be up here at 150, unless we get the rejection.
To witness multiple blasts heard in Jammu City in Indian Kashmir.
Trying to be patient. There we go. I'll take it back to 12, which is this low volume. Another 10 points. If you guys have more size, you could try and hold it on for new lows. Beautiful. How about them apples? It's a great trade. Yeah, I got in a little early on that one too, but you had to start with smaller size because the difference between ES and NQ was a little wide, so all right, to everybody on YouTube, thanks for joining us this morning. If you want to continue trading with us, you can grab a free trial. There's a link to that in the description of this video. I'll put it here in the YouTube chat as well. Would love to have you guys join us. A full week, absolutely free. We'll keep trading till about 12 o'clock for at least another hour. I went longer today on YouTube because I was obviously late. Sorry about that, guys. You can join the free Discord. You can ask questions, follow along, check out market recaps, all that great stuff in the free Discord. If you're going to keep trading out there, guys, manage your risk, stay sharp. For those of you in the Discord, we're going to keep trading. Have a great weekend, YouTube.